Hello student. Yeah, in the previous lecture we have discussed about the NMR structure, NMR how work and what is the instrumentation of the NMR. In this lecture we have discussed about the uh, NMR details, instrumentation of NMR details. So first of all we have discussed about the sample holder. Sample holder is a glass tube uh, having the dimension 8.5 centimeter long and 0.3 centimeter in the diameter. And the next one is a permanent magnet. It provides us homogeneous magnetic field at 60 to 100 megahertz. 60 to 100 megahertz. And the next one is magnetic coil. This coil induce magnetic field when current flow through them. Next is the sweep generator. It produces the equal amount of magnetic field passed through the sample. Now we have discussed about the solvent used in the NMR. It is a very important part. Which solvent is used in NMR, and as per as the quality of the solvent, the peaks is also maybe vary. The following solvent are normally used in which the hydrogen replaced by deuterium, that is CCl4, it is called carbon tetrachloride, CH2 carbon disulfide, CdCl3, D deuterichloroform, deuterichloroform, D6 hexa, deuterobenzene, and the last one is D2, that is deuterium oxide, which is found from the water. Now we have discussed the important topic regarding the NMR, that is chemical shift. So first of all, we understand what is the chemical shift. Chemical shift is defined as the difference in parts per million between the resonance frequency of the observed proton and tetramethylsilane, TMS. TMS is the most common reference compound used in the NMR, and it has set at 0 ppm. It's the value of del value of the NMR peaks of the TMS is 0 ppm. So we can find out the chemical shift or the del, that is frequency of the signal minus frequency of the reference, divide by the spectrometer frequency, divide by the spectrometer frequency multiplied by 10 to the power 6. So we can now discuss shielding of the proton. It is also important part. First of all, I want to say you have learned about the shielding and deshielding of atoms in your atomic structure chapters of your previous classes. Now we have discussed shielding of protons. High electron density around a nucleus shield the nucleus from the external magnetic field, and the signals are upfield in the NMR spectrum. So we can say, and we can first understand here is that nucleus is made up by a proton and neutron have no charge. So the nuclear shield is protected by the proton. And now the important term is also used here, that is de-shielding of protons. Lower electron density around a nucleus de-shield the nucleus from the external magnetic field, and the signals are downfield in the NMR spectrum. Here you see a scale in the ppm. So the value from 5 to 0 show the shield and upfield, and from 5 to 10 shows the d-shield and downfield of the NMR spectrum. The next one is important term we have discussed here, that is factor affecting chemical shift. So which factor chemical effect which factor affect the chemical shift? That is electromagnetic groups, magnetic anisotropy of pi systems, and hydrogen bonding. First of all, we have discussed about the electronegative groups. The electronegative groups attached to the carbon hydrogen, that means CS system, decreases the electron density around the proton, and there is less shielding, that is deshielding, and chemical shift increases of protons. Next term is magnetic uh, anisotropy of pi systems. The word anisotropic means non-uniform. It means a system which is changed continuously. So magnetic anisotropy means that there is a non-uniform magnetic field. Electron in the pi system. What is a pi system? Example is aromatics, alkynes, carbonyls, etc. are considered as a pi system. And so we can again say the electron in the pi system interact with the applied field, which induce a magnetic field that causes the anisotropy. It causes both shielding and deshielding of protons. Example, benzene. Now we have discussed about the hydrogen bonding. So we can say hydrogen bonding proton that are involved in the hydrogen bonding are typically change the chemical shift value. It means protons which are used in hydrogen bonding can change the value of chemical shift. The more hydrogen bonding, the more proton is deshielded and chemical shift value is higher. Now we have discussed next topic, that is proton NMR, or we can say PMR. PMR means proton magnetic resonance spectroscopy. It is also said to be a proton NMR. So the most common for the NMR is based on the hydrogen nucleus or the proton. Proton, we have already know is that proton is a hydrogen nucleus, because it also have a one positive charge. It also have a atomic mass 1 and the number is 1. It can give information about the structure of any molecule containing hydrogen atom. Here we have given you NMR chemical shift, yeah, proton NMR chemical shift, so you can understand the by types of protons, chemical shift of in a ppms, types of proton, and chemical shift of ppm of the various compound like ch3 ch2 ch c single bond ch2 o CuCH2, C6H5, CH3, tetratalvine, etc. Uh, or we can say the carbon attached with the 4 different alkyl groups or the same alkyl groups, etc. etc. So by through this table, not by the table, through this table, you can understand the types of the carbon, the chemical shift of compound in a ppm, and the appropriate range of the chemical shift in the ppm. That is the structure of HNMR or proton NMR tables diagram in the form of their linear structure. By this way, as per as the scale, which one is stated where, we can understand. Proton NMR spectra of ethanol we have seen here, and we can say it have a ratio, three types of proton, or we can see the hydrogen spectrum with ethanol have a three types of proton, that is CH3, CH2, OH. So we have seen the peaks, that is 1 is to 4 is to 3. 1 is to 4 is to 3. That is the chemical shift of the PMR, spectra of ethanol, and three types of peak is seen here. One peak is OH, that is single peaks. The peaks of CH2 is 4 because it have a neighboring proton 4. But right hand side 3 protons from the methanol and 1 proton from the hydroxyl. Further, we have discussed about the spectra, proton spectra of the benzene. It have a uniform peaks. It have a single peaks. Its value is also chemical shift scale is also fixed between the 6.5 to 8 ppm. So we so we can say aromatic hydrogen source peaks in the chemical shift scale between 6.5 to 8 ppm. From the wave spectrum of the benzene has the same type of the proton, and it shows the single peaks, that is 7.26 every, because it have a resonance. Through the resonance, its the chemical shift is set, that means uniform. Okay. Next, we have discussed about the interpretation of the uh, proton NMR spectra. Interpretation of the proton NMR spectra. Number of signals indicate how many different kind of protons are present. Position of signals indicate us something about the chemical shift, magnetic field, and the environment of protons. Relative intensity of the signals. Relative intensity of the signals indicate us proportional relation proportional to the number of the protons present. It means relative intensity of signals gives us a proportional to the number of proton present. And the next one is splitting of signals, or we can say spin-spin coupling. Splitting of signal, also known as spin-spin coupling. It indicates the number of nearby nuclei, usually protons. The most one important rule which is used in the NMR, that is n plus 1 rule. And what is the n plus 1 rule? It is the rule by which we can find out the peaks which can received us from the spectra. So we can say the multiplicity of the signal is calculated by the using n plus 1 rule. This is one of the rule to predict the splitting of protons. This is considered by the nearby hydrogen nuclei. Therefore, n is equal to number of protons is nearby nuclei. 0 hydrogen atom if in the neighbor, then the peaks is singlet. If the neighboring proton have a 1 hydrogen atom, the peaks is doublet. According to rule, n plus 1 is equal to 1 plus 1. If the neighboring hydrogen atom is 2, a peak is triplet. If the neighboring atom is 3, the peaks is quadret. If the neighboring hydrogen atom is 4, the peaks is penta. Okay. In the last, we have discussed about the spin-spin coupling, splitting of the signals. It gives us information about the interaction between the spins of the neighboring nuclei in a molecule, may causes the splitting of NMR spectrum. This is shown as spin-spin coupling of splitting. The splitting pattern is related to the number of equivalent hydrogen atoms at the nearby nuclei. You can understand it by the ethyl acetate structure having the value 4.1 ppm and 2 peaks, uh, 3 peaks, not have a 2 peaks, it have a 3 peaks according to the structure of ethyl acetate. We can understand that the value of del is 1.7 ppm. Spin-spin coupling splitting of the pattern says that singlet 3 equivalent protons not occupied to any neighboring protons, quadrate when two equivalent protons, that is ratio is 1 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1, because coupled to the fixed uh, coupled to the three different hydrogens of the two protons, triplet two equivalent protons having the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 1, or the splitting is 1 is to 2 is to 1. So for today's we have discussed till that topic. In the next lecture we have discussed more topics in the NMR. Thank you so much.